Hey, everybody, we're back again here at Friday PM. Right now, I'm here with Deb Strout. Deb and I have a long history from at least 10 years. You're working on casting for some projects I was doing back in, I'd say 2012. So you've been here in Portland for a long time.
I've lived in Portland since '99. I moved
1999.
down from Bangor
Okay,
in
yeah.
'99.
All
I'm a
right.
true Meaner, born
True
in Bar
Mainer.
Harbor, grew
Yeah.
up in Bangor,
Right.
then I came to Portland.
So I never actually, I think we might have talked about it a long time ago because my folks have a place in Bar Harbor. So I've been going to Bar
Oh,
Harbor,
nice.
yeah, forever too.
Yeah.
That's changed. Very similar to Portland with the uprise of tourism where there's just more money and things have gotten more nice but more expensive too.
Yeah. Bar
Yeah.
Harbor is beautiful.
It is. It's great. It's
I
great.
only go there once a year now, and it's usually around my birthday in July.
Okay. Do you still have family up there or
I have some family in Bangor.
in Bangor area? Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit since you were on the show a long time ago, but what have you been up to more recently? What's been going on?
Well, Chris, I was going to help you with some casting back
Yeah,
a long time
exactly,
ago,
right.
and I was and still am doing a fair amount of modeling and acting,
Yeah.
mostly in New York.
Yeah.
I have done some projects here in Portland recently and some in Boston
Yeah.
as well. And hoping, always hoping to do more stuff. My goal is my retirement job. It's going to be full-time modeling and acting. My agent in New York told me when he signed me, which was 10 years ago now, he said, one of my women, 90 some odd years old, just passed away. And he said she started acting and modeling at 65
Okay.
and lived in New York and made a really decent income in New York. And he said, when you're ready, that's something you'll be able to do in retirement if you want.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of where we all keep our fingers crossed for the Portland entertainment scene, but
Right.
it is still it's lacking. So you still have to go to, New York or LA, maybe some stuff in Boston too. But yeah, you don't want to go all the way to LA. So New York is really a great place. And so you've signed with the agency then. Do you like more of the modeling, more of the acting, or kind of either or?
I like both, actually. I have an agent here in Portland.
Yep.
I have an agent in New York.
Okay.
And you bring up the LA piece. I have an LA cell phone number.
Yeah.
I shot still photography on some movie sets out in LA 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping, I would like that to be my mainstay, but for the moment I'm in the legal profession.
Yes. Well, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Because that's an interesting kind of thing that provides a lot of stories, I'm sure. And so, but let's kind of go back in time because we want to learn a little bit more about you. So did you go to school in Bangor for a while, or did you, what kind of preempted your move here in '99?
I went to high school in Bangor.
Yeah.
Married a hometown boy, had
Yeah,
a couple of kids.
Okay. Yeah.
Got divorced.
Yeah. Got divorced.
Moved.
Yeah.
I went to after my divorce. I went to Hessen.
Okay.
And I got a court reporting degree.
Court reporting degree. I
And
see.
so I reported for a while, and I always knew I wouldn't want to stay in Bangor because
Right. Yeah.
right out of high school I lived in San Diego, Long Island, New York, West Palm Beach, and then I came home.
Yeah.
And of course, you marry the hometown
The
boy,
whole
you
grand-
kind of get stuck there.
Right. Yeah.
But I moved to Portland in '99, and I had my court reporting degree, and I moved down here in '99. And I actually thought I would go to Boston. I wanted to go to Boston, but I felt, I have young children and didn't really need to have any custody issues. So I said, well, I'll stay in Portland.
Yes.
And when they, fly the coop, then I'll move to Boston. But that's been 10, 15 years
Yes.
now, and I'm still here.
Well, and you laid a ground, work here.
Right.
You had your roots. Because yes, I know that's if you were going to another state, it becomes more difficult
Sure.
with custody and things like that. And so when you moved here, how did you then get involved from the day job of court reporting to being more involved in acting, modeling. What gave you that bug?
I've always had that bug.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be a Katie Couric.
Okay. All right.
But life didn't take me in that direction
That
at
path.
that time, you know,
Right.
hey,
Never
you know,
know. Right.
it's never too late.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what they say.
Yeah, so you could have been like a court TV or that type of thing because you
Yeah.
had that court stuff, or just you just wanted journalism in general, kind of. Yeah.
Right,
Okay, makes
right.
sense. Yeah.
So I started in 2010. I started going to New York on a regular basis. I have a girlfriend that had an apartment down there.
Yeah.
She's from here, and
Okay.
she's in the acting world as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Dee Cook, you might know her.
I've heard that name. Yeah, definitely.
So I would get down. I was started taking some acting classes. Actually, you know how it started? I was at home one day and I had signed up for all of these emails on these email list of casting directors and classes and stuff from New York. When I got this email that came across about a teleprompter class
Oh, okay.
in New York.
Yeah.
So I signed up for it,
Right.
called Dee, hey, can I spend the night every now and again?
Yeah.
And I started going down there. And that's how I landed an agent. I
Yeah.
was going down there taking classes,
classes,
you
yeah.
know, maybe I'd be down there once a week, maybe it'd be every other week. And I was at that time I had a photography business, so I had the flexibility to do that.
Yeah, and
So that's
that's
kind of how it got started.
right. And that was in the early 2000s kind of thing, or 90s.
2010,
2010,
11,
yeah.
12, somewhere
And so
in
it's
there.
more fun, but now Portland's gotten kind of fun too.
Yeah.
But again, there's still not as many opportunities, and that's why you have to sign with an agent there
Yeah.
to be able. And so when you retire, that's what you're thinking. Maybe a full-time move out there,
Well, that
or even sooner, maybe.
maybe sooner, because with the jury
The
consulting
jury
work that I'm
consulting,
doing,
yes,
it's all remote.
right.
Yeah, I might have to go to court and sit in court and
Right.
help pick a jury,
Pick a
or
jury.
I've got some, but everything else I can do
Well, let's
from the
talk
comfort of
about
my
that.
couch.
So let's talk about that. So you were started out as a court reporter,
Yes.
and then kind of learned the ropes a little bit about it. And because I find that to be an interesting story, Deb now has a jury consulting company. Is that correct?
Yes,
The
I
assessment
do.
of it,
Mhm.
and isn't it called JuryNet or
It's called JuryDat.
JuryDat?
Dat.
Okay.
JuryDat.com.
.com. Okay.
It's a primarily how I got started. I was selling legal software, the type of software that I now own,
Yeah.
and it is it's a cloud-based software program that is a jury data and voir dire software. It houses juror data.
Okay.
And I have to buy that data and I have to dump it into the software. So primarily I can service any attorney across the country.
Yeah.
But obviously I primarily work in Maine and Boston at this
Okay.
point.
Interesting.
But so what they do is they get their jury pool list prior to jury selection. They send it over to me. I run the names down through my software and it populates a profile for each and every juror. And it gives me about 300 data points on every single juror.
Okay. Okay.
You know, I mean, I won't get all 300 on every single person.
Right.
Some of the profiles are really robust and some of them not so much. But it gives us primarily your political leanings on about 300 different.
Yeah.
So it allows the trial attorneys, I help them with it, but it allows the trial attorneys to pick a more fair and unbiased jury.
Yes.
It allows the, well, in a criminal case, because I work criminal and civil, but it allows the defendant, protects their constitutional right.
They might be able to find out
To an
who's the pickle in the punch bowl. Right? Because then sometimes you might have somebody that's not going to vote for some, because of political differences. Because the jury could have something where they feel just so aligned in a different way.
Exactly.
And they need to know that, the folks that you represent, because that person is not going to be a good person to have on the jury because they won't look at it objectively. They'll come at it from their. And so that could afford you the opportunities to be able to pursue what you'd like to do somewhere else. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's all remote work for the most part, again, unless I'm going to court and sitting at council table and helping them pick
Yeah.
the jury.
Jury.
Some of my attorneys just want my data
Okay.
and I send it off to them.
Yeah.
Some of them want me to get involved as early as the case specific questionnaire that they have to put together for the
Right.
court.
Yeah.
And they want me to go with them all the way through to sitting at a jury,
Sitting in the jury.
sitting in the council table.
In the
there.
council to keep
Help
an
them
eye.
pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do people, if somebody wants your services, they go to JuryDat.com maybe?
Yeah, they can get me at Deb at JuryDat.com.
Okay. Yeah.
Or JuryDat.com. My
Yeah.
phone number and stuff is right there.
Okay.
But that's going to allow me to do the modeling and acting.
Do the
that I
modeling.
wanna do.
And how do people look you up if they want to book you for modeling and acting? Is it just find you on social media?
They can actually they could email me.
Email you.
Deb Strout
Yep.
at gmail.com.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, you can go look at JuryDat.com and get my phone number.
Get your phone number. Deb is not hard to find. She's here in Portland. I want to thank you so much for your time, Deb.
Thank you,
Yeah, I appreciate
Luigi.
it.
This has been great.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Appreciate it.
fun. We're going to cast Deb in our upcoming project too, if you're interested.
I am.
Yeah, excellent. All right, so we'll be right back, guys. Thanks again. Stick with us.